and break away. Never want to lay here stranded. Lonely heart.
Hello and welcome to the Podshow Radio on YouTube. I'm your host, Aaron Bradley, with the other host, Nathaniel Abraham.
Hey guys, how are you doing this week?
I'm glad we're finally recording. It always feels so long when we're doing it once a week. I'm always like, are we actually gonna do it once a week? But yeah, we're gonna do it once a week.
It's becoming a little more routine. We kind of know. I mean, either 2 days of the week, we kind of know when we're gonna do it. So, we're slowly getting into the habit.
Yeah, we're slowly getting into the habit, but I like it. It's fun doing it. Now, our first story, because we've been doing more, we've had to start this podcast on serious notes for these last few weeks. Yeah. But we have some more lighthearted stories because I don't want this to always be serious. But I still want to have conversations that need to happen. Luckily, there isn't too many conversations that need to happen. We've already said our piece on a lot of the issues. So now we can go to something more lighthearted that you just brought up to me today.
ABC News, that was one of their stories. It was a trending story. It says, firefighters free teen who got stuck inside a giant Barney head.
Now, what's the story?
It's all fun and games until someone gets stuck in a giant Barney dinosaur head. That's what happened to 15-year-old Darby Risner of Trussville, Alabama on Sunday night when the teen said she found a giant Barney head at a friend's house. Risner told ABC News today she had wanted to scare her friends with it when they came downstairs, but the prank turned into a joke on her when she couldn't get out of the oversized dinosaur head.
Now, how do you get stuck in there? Like, what happened? Was there glue in there,
really like cozy in there? No.
Yeah, did she like? It
says when Risner sat down, she said the head wobbled and scooched down over her shoulders, stopping just above her elbows and giving her short little Barney arms.
Now, I'm sorry if the sound quality is going like up and down. We're trying to get the sound
we're
right.
just testing different levels.
Testing different levels of sound. So if you're wearing headphones, just be forewarned.
Be forewarned.
Because it could drastically go up and drastically go down. But anyways, does it ever explain how she even what got her stuck? Was it just like she had to squeeze it in, but then she couldn't squeeze it out? Or
it doesn't say how it got stuck, but all it says was she got a little claustrophobic and felt like everything was closing in, and then at one point her friends tried to rub Vaseline all over her arms through the head, moved up a bit. Though the head moved up a bit, it still didn't come up all the way, she said. And then I guess Risner's boyfriend called the fire department, so they finally got some help.
They got the jaws of life and cut Barney's head.
Pretty much. It was yeah. So it said the fire lieutenant added that the fire department and girls had a few laughs about the incident, which he said was definitely a story to look back on to tell for generations to come.
He is very positive with that story.
I'm just surprised it's on ABC News.
I mean, he said it's going to be told for generations. Is that like part of the family lineage now?
There's also a meme going around now. There's a Jurassic Park meme with her and the Barney head above.
That Barney head looks creepy.
Yeah.
It's a little scary.
Hey, let us know if you ever watched Barney as a child. Don't be afraid. Let us know.
We can finally not say audience anymore because we have 4 subscribers.
Four.
We have 4 subscribers, and we're getting like around 20 views per video. I'm actually proud of that. I am proud of that, and I think.
How many weeks has it been since we officially started it?
I mean, officially, it's only been like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, so that's not bad.
We're doing pretty well. All thanks to you guys spreading the word, having people try it out, whatever, listening. And it's really nice to have that, so thank you guys. Also, in the news, I saw this video, which has been spreading around. It's not as viral as it should be, but there's this young black kid, who's talking to an older black guy, and they debate in the street over Trump's policies, and the young kid is a Trump supporter, and the old guy is the Black Lives Matter supporter. Now, the reason I like this story so much is because you get to see one person who prepared their argument and one person who just gets slaughtered. And let me tell you, the kid did not get slaughtered. It was the Black Lives Matter protester. And it just, oh man,
Yeah.
seeing that stuff is so satisfying, whether you agree with it or not. It's cool to see young people doing their research, getting into it. You know, it gives hope. It gives a little hope in humanity.
Yeah, and I guess that also shows that, I mean, no matter who you are, if you look up your facts, if you get your facts down straight, it doesn't matter how old you are,
and it doesn't matter the rebuttals usually either.
Usually
because
you can formulate arguments. If you can formulate arguments and like logically figure out what you think about things
and put it together, it's hard to break that.
It's hard to break it. It's really hard to break
and I mean, especially if someone has no basis of their argument.
Well, then it's lopsided all of a sudden.
Yeah, and then they want to, go back to shouting the racist and bigot thing. But see, they can't call him racist because he was black too. So that card was out of the window. And it was just a good video. I'll link it down below because it's a good video to watch whether you support Trump or not. As we've said before, none of us are really Trump supporters. We have no idea who we're supporting at this point, but it's just a nice video to see.
Yeah, I think it just shows you that there's a lot of people now who think they know things, but it's all based on their feelings and nothing's really based on the fact. I mean, it's really like...
You still have Bernie Sanders rallies going on, even though Bernie Sanders is lost.
Well, yeah. I mean...
They can't let it go. Like, I mean, I would play Let It Go, but we'd probably be copyright stricken for that. So...
We shouldn't even mention it. No.
Yeah, we shouldn't mention it. Disney's on our tail. We have to be careful. Yeah, they've been hunting us down ever since the
Barney incident.
Yeah, the Barney incident. Yeah, we did the Barney incident. There you go. But yeah, I mean, having arguments ready, that makes things so much better. It makes you seem smart.
I also think it's important to, when you're having an argument with someone, don't, like in the video you'll see, the kid doesn't get mad.
Yeah, I mean, he's not emotion filled.
No, I mean, the other guy is getting mad because I feel like he doesn't really know how to come across and express factually what he's thinking. And then what he's thinking is not really based on truth.
It's funny because he just gets so surprised every time the kid says something, and he has to think for it. He has to think for a moment in the video. Every time the kid has a rebuttal for him, he's just like, he just is dumbfounded. He's dumbfounded, and it's great.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also important too, like if you're in school and college or wherever you are, if you're having like dialogues and debates with someone on issues, political issues or not, always important to have arguments ready, but always embrace dialogue. Like in this video, it's lopsided because one guy's getting emotionally attached. But most of the time, if you encourage dialogue, you don't have to escalate to such a huge thing. I mean,
great.
Just talk about it. Just talk. I mean,
it's really nice because it shows that this kid is smart. Some kids are questioning what people are teaching, and a lot of people aren't questioning that these days. A lot of people are just saying, oh, well, I heard it on the news, so it must be true. Yeah. And not always is it going to be true if it's on the news. Even if it comes from us and we might think it's true, we could be wrong.
Even we'll give you links like we say, but look it up and maybe fact check us because...
we want to make sure we're
right too.
We want to make sure that we're right because we want to be credible. We want to be a credible news and just talk Podshow source, whatever we are. We're in that in between zone, but
we're trying to figure out still.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. But I mean, we talk about what we want to talk about and what y'all want to talk about. If something's big enough or whatever. Once we get enough people, we'll start talking about what other people want to talk about. Because why not? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the kid had his stuff. The kid knew his stuff. It was great.
And I think if the other guy knew his stuff a little more, they wouldn't have. It wouldn't have been as big as it was because they would have just talked a little more.
Yeah, instead of like shouting. The guy got emotionally charged. He didn't know what to say. I mean, it's just like the protests in college campuses that have been happening. Yeah. It's all fueled by emotion.
It's hard to have any like dialogues nowadays, just to talk.
Yeah, people get mad. People get mad at you.
And then that's how it becomes viral.
It escalates when people say World Star.
And now it's all over every social media platform. So.
But I mean, that kid needs to be more popular. That video needs to be more popular.
How old did it say he was? He was
like he is not that old. He's around like 15, 16,
Okay.
14. I think he's around that age.
Because he looked young. So.
Yeah, he looked young, and he was just like, I ain't
And were
even...
they at some protest or what?
I think it was a protest or a Trump rally or
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
I don't exactly know where they were, but I do know that it was very entertaining to watch. You know, never judge a book by its cover, because sometimes the young is going to school the old, you know?
Yes.
Because, I mean, you don't know how ignorant someone is going to be. And I think that showed how ignorant that person was, because
Yeah.
he just had nothing to say. The whole entire time he has nothing to say. I'm building this video up to be amazing. I hope it's as amazing to you as it was to me.
We'll let you decide. If you
Yeah.
hate it, let us know.
Yeah.
But too.
And I didn't get this story myself. Actually, someone else in the YouTube community did. So I want to cite that to some black guy. He's a good YouTuber. He has like 20,000 subscribers.
That's the name of his username.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I ain't being racist.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a fun YouTuber to watch. He uploads every once in a while. Refer you to him, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And I was going to talk about Brexit earlier, but not a lot of people know too much about Brexit, so I'm going to keep that stowed away. I mean, if you want to know the quick basis of mine, I want them to leave. I want British to secede and be their own sovereign nation. Whatever. There you go.
With the EU, right?
Yeah. With the EU, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Gosh, John Oliver started talking about that not that long ago, and they actually aren't showing his show in the UK because it's too biased. Because they don't want any other people to, sway their opinions on that. And it was very biased. It was very biased and not very fact-based. Kind of one-sided, whatever. Just letting you know on that. To be careful. Be careful of who you watch. Because, like, a lot of people, I was telling my brother this, I was saying the Republicans, this is how it works. Democrats swoon you with comedy and stuff like that. Like The Daily Show, The Colbert Report, John Oliver, all liberals. All of them are pretty much liberals. And then the Republicans will say, oh, well, that's immature. We do facts. And then they have things that look more fact-based, but sometimes they aren't. And it's the same.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same with liberals. Is sometimes their facts are not facts. And you got to be careful of those two sides. And a lot of people think that places like The Daily Show is like a credible news source. And it's not.
Yeah.
It's opinionated. It's very opinionated. So you aren't going to get the truth out of it. It's hard to find, as I've said before.
Any place, it's hard to find.
Yeah, it's hard to find the truth.
You're gonna have to really look.
And that's why
and dig.
Yeah, that's why I like YouTube as a much better news source than anything else, because you have people that aren't bought. A lot of people aren't bought on YouTube when you dig into the community. They just say what they think, and they present their facts.
Yeah.
And then you can just search the same thing, the same issue, and find another YouTube video from the other side. So, I mean, we have a good platform of freedom right now when it comes to not
Just
being
sharing
brainwashed by media.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of places, they have, what's it called? They have some terrible media, propaganda media, stuff like that. Like, one of the arguments that John Oliver made about Brexit is he was saying, oh, well, President Obama, China, India, and Japan all think that, Britain should leave should stay for Brexit, and they shouldn't leave, and they should keep with the EU. But, first off, China is a communist nation. I don't know if you want to take advice from them. India has a higher poverty rate than Britain, and so does Japan. And America is home to where Obama made the world's most expensive website with Obamacare, spending hundreds of millions of dollars. So do you really want to listen to those four guys? Yeah. I don't know if you want to listen to...
I'm not sure.
Britain has they were talking about how people are going to go into poverty with that, but Britain's poverty rate right now is 3%. Wow. They have a good and low poverty rate. Japan's is rising up. I didn't know this either, but Japan's is rising up every year, ever since the mid-1980s.
The poverty rate?
Yes, going up by around 1% a year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. things are just moving on
That's a
through.
lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Now, the next thing that I wanted to talk about was it's just kind of an announcement, not really a story. Is if you're a part of the YouTube community, you probably already know this, but not a few days ago, I think it was yesterday, the new guy for Drama Alert, Ty Blue is his name. He announced that Keemstar is leaving Drama Alert. Now, the reason being, I don't know, but what I do know is that there's been a lot of stuff floating around about him. He's been threatening to dox people. He's been accusing people of being a pedophile, etc., etc., and a lot of YouTubers have been banding together to go against Keemstar on this. Now, here's my take on it. You know, even if, which it's been proven, Keemstar has done a lot of nasty things, but the thing about the YouTube community, at least the content creators, is that I've noticed is usually when you have a good basis on either argument or you apologize for things and try and change things, things will go a lot smoother for you. But the problem Keemstar had was he was kicking and screaming the whole way as he was being taken down by other YouTubers. He should have just admitted he was wrong and then tried to fix it and then come back to Drama Alert later. Now, Ty Blue has said that he is leaving indefinitely, but at the same time, in that same video, which I'll link that video as well, in that same video, he says, oh, well, he'll come back for interviews and stuff like that. Like, he'll be doing interviews and stuff. Like, Keemstar, let it go, man. Like, okay, people hate you right now. You need to go underground. You need to, like, go on a sabbatical, find yourself. You know, who are you really? People aren't out to get you. You're just being a jerk. And, I mean, I'm not saying it because I personally know you. I'm saying it because there's proof on the internet out there of you being a jerk to people. Okay? Whether you think everyone is conspiring against you and has made fake evidence, I don't know. Maybe it's an Illuminati thing. Who knows, okay?
Maybe.
But what I do know is if you're being a jerk on the internet, you aren't going to be paid for it nicely. Okay? It's happened to a lot of people, and it's just happening to you too. I mean, just take a break, man. You know, and it would have been so much better if you just came outright and said, you know what, I'm being a jerk. I've said some things that I shouldn't have said, and I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to try and find myself. But you didn't do that. So now Drama Alert is having a like and dislike ratio of almost 50-50. You have like 71,000 likes.
It's like what, 69,000?
And into 69,000 dislikes. I mean, hey.
It's almost equivalent on both sides.
You aren't at Ghostbusters trailer bad, but at least, you know, you are having some dislikes there. Obviously, the people who liked Keemstar, whoever that is, doesn't like Ty Blue, but give the guy a chance. He seems like he's trying. He seems like he's not. I know the snapback is misleading. You want to call him what you're thinking, but give the guy a chance. I'm sure he will do good. And I mean, he's keeping the show going. People, you know, y'all watch the show, so just give him that chance. And that's really all I have to say on the issue. I know you haven't been keeping up with it, so I kind of wanted to take over that story real quick. But the next story you know about, I know about, the world knows about, which is Cavaliers winning the champs.
Yeah.
They're the champs. And
Amazing. What an amazing series.
I don't know if it's recorded on one of these podcasts. It might, but it might have been a practice one. But I said that whoever was going to win the first game was going to win the finals. I was wrong. The Cavaliers won.
Yeah, I mean, of course the Warriors were favored, but up until they went down 3-1 against the Thunder in the Western Conference Finals,
I really thought the Thunder were going to win that.
I thought it was going to, and then the Warriors showed their resilience. But I think when they faced this Cavs team, the Cavs were just ready, no matter what. Even though the Warriors went up 3-1. Cavs weren't going down easy, and LeBron put up two straight games, 40-plus points.
Yeah.
And then in the seventh game, Kyrie shows up with that clutch shot.
Well, either way,
it was just
both teams would have made history.
I know, yeah.
You have a winner on either side, like a true winner, not something that's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, Cleveland hasn't had a winning championship with any team in over 50 years.
Yeah. The last one was the Cleveland Browns. I think
and none of us were alive to remember the Cleveland Browns being good.
Them.
Okay, barely anyone remembers them as a team. No. Them, the Bengals, they're like the same thing. One has stripes, one doesn't. Okay, it's the same.
That's
thing.
That's true. But yeah, it was a great series though. That last game.
That was a good game.
It was actually the weirdest series because every game was a blowout. Up until the last game, which was not a blowout.
Which was very close.
And
there were so many moments where, like, either the Cavs or the Warriors were about to, like, get ahead.
Yep.
And then right before you thought everything was going to be over, like, there were some points where they were almost down by 10. Yeah. Both teams.
That's the thing about basketball. It's a game of runs. So one team can go up 10, and the next team can come back with 15 straight.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the Warriors were up by halftime by 7 points, and everyone thought they were going to increase that lead in the third quarter, but
then it comes around,
J.R. Smith starts the third quarter with like 8 points straight. So,
exactly. It was insane. And the thing is, the Cavs had the people to play, which I've been saying is the way to play against the Warriors, is aggressive. They have the big guys to do it. I mean, the Warriors have Draymond Green and they have Andre Iguodala, but still, it's like...
And the thing is, Bogut, that really hurt them when Bogut went out because they didn't have a big man to even contest with Tristan Thompson and others. So when he left, I had the momentum of the series completely shifted.
Yeah.
Like, even when Draymond Green got ejected, I felt like the momentum was shifting there because people were starting to get emotional and...
It was getting emotional even at the start of Game 7. Like, LeBron and, what's it called, Steph, talking to each other.
Yeah. LeBron was definitely trying to get under his skin, and I know no one's going to say it, and he's not going to publicly say it, but he was probably mad that he didn't get the MVP. Because every year he technically deserves the MVP, his stats. LeBron.
Yeah.
So he was probably saying...
Who did get the MVP?
This year?
Yeah.
Steph.
Oh.
Steph got it. Because he had I agree that he should have gotten it because he had one of the best seasons ever, but seasons and playoffs are completely different.
Yeah.
And the
MVP,
we were
talking. I heard a lot of people talking about that as well, and that's true. But I mean, LeBron can get over it. He has his championship,
and he's won it for Cleveland. That's what he wanted.
He won it for Cleveland.
He came back for that reason.
Yeah, so he said he was going to do it. I mean, for me, I don't know if. For me, at first, I was like, I don't know if he's coming back just for Cleveland. But, I mean, he seems like now he came back just for Cleveland.
I've never seen him that emotional after a game. So, it must have meant a whole lot
maybe it meant a whole lot to him. Usually, I just look at LeBron as someone very heartless.
But he didn't show up there in that last game.
Yeah, he cried. They're selling his tears on eBay, I bet you.
Yeah, and did you guys see the Barney on his head? The Barney head?
No, okay, there was no Barney on his head. But there was, however, jerseys being sold from that game, and my buddy and I were talking about, we're like, whoever's going to win this, that's the jersey that everyone's going to be wearing. No one cares about who else is... It
was funny. There was a guy who was interviewed before the game. It was one of the guys who burned LeBron's jersey when he left Cleveland was interviewed, and he had the jersey with him, and he was like, "I'm not going to burn this one because we're going to win this year." But it's just amazing to see.
It's just amazing a perfect example of bandwagoning.
That you hate him, but then you love him when you come back.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, I always love the Cavaliers. Like, I saw people posting in comments, they're like, true fans have been with them ever since
the Cleveland Browns or the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Ever since he was in a Cleveland cradle, okay? So
since the Cleveland babies.
Yeah, when he was a baby. So, and I'm like, you were probably one of the people that burned his jersey, all right?
Before the Cavaliers, they were the Cleveland Cradles.
Cleveland Cradles, yeah. Look that up. We fact-checked that, and it is real. So you can test us on that. Also... Derrick Rose is apparently going to the Knicks, and people are going to be saying, it's Carmelo's time. It's Melo's time to get a ring. I don't think it's going to be his time.
Derrick Rose was my favorite player when he came to the league. I mean...
I remember that.
I mean, it was just him and Rondo and all of them were my players. But when Derrick Rose got injured,
but Rondo looked
yeah.
like a skinny African boy.
Whoa, good.
Yeah,
but when
he
Derrick,
was super skinny when he came in.
well, yeah, I mean he still is.
Yeah, I know. It's just funny.
But
because Derrick Rose has he's pretty big, width-wise, and so is what's it called, Chris Paul. But then you have Rondo, and Rondo looks like Manute Bol skinny.
Well, yeah. But Derrick Rose, when he got injured, that was like the downfall of his career. Like he just kept getting injured and injured and injured. And
I know. And I thought Derrick Rose was going to be like one of the best point guards.
I feel like he's one of the most unluckiest players because he won the MVP in 2011, I think it was. And man, now he's going to the Knicks, and I'm not sure how much help he's going to give, but I think. Well, we're just gonna have to see because they have Porzingis, who's the young guy. They have Melo, and they have Robin Lopez, and they have
they do have Robin Lopez.
They got pieces to play with, but we'll see if he's a good fit because he's been with Chicago his whole career. So.
And hey, Varejao was for Cleveland now, right? He got the ring.
Yeah, I
guess he made the right choice from going to the Warriors to Cleveland.
I don't even know how that's going to work out. It was but Varejao, he was known as the flopper. He's known as
he's a flopper. He was complaining all through the first.
That's
quarter.
That's what he's known for. And the thing is, he gets the calls sometimes, but sometimes he doesn't get the calls. So he just lives with the result.
He lives with the result. I mean, he has to. He's gonna have to.
Well, yeah. It's just so funny to see how flopping because in soccer everyone flops. Except few players like Messi. I've never seen him flop because he just cares about the game. Every player should play like that. But when Varejao plays, you expect. him to
you
flop.
see his hair flying everywhere.
Yeah, well, that flops.
Yeah, that's
it
flopping
billows
all the
in the wind all the time.
He's walking and it's bouncing.
Yeah,
but I don't know if the Knicks are going to get a ring. Let's get back on subject. I don't know if they're going to get a ring from Derrick Rose. Everyone's just going to say that because they want Melo to get the ring.
Well, Derrick Rose, I'm not saying he's bad. He's a great player.
I'm not saying he's bad.
The thing is, after so many injuries, how can you play the same?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
How can you?
You and me are saying the same thing. It's going to be. It's
going to be interesting. I'll watch them when the new season comes up. In October,
I've always wanted the Knicks to do good because I like their colors and
you like that. The only reason you want them to do
I like
good?
their colors, but I also like Stoudemire. I liked him.
Do you like Spike Lee though?
No, I don't like
Spike
Lee.
Okay.
See, it's a very hard relationship to have.
Because
if you can kick out Spike Lee from Madison Square, then maybe
they'll win a ring.
Yeah, they'll win a ring. He's the curse. He's the curse.
The curse of the Spike.
But I haven't, and I don't dislike Carmelo either.
No, he's a great player.
His headband looks nice on his head,
The thing is, he's been unlucky too because
he's a great player. He's super good.
He's been on teams that haven't been. He hasn't found a fit. I feel like he has to do everything, But
a lot of the times when he's going to a team, he's having to pull all the weight.
Yeah, he's coach.
Yeah,
he's assistant coach. No,
he's janitor.
He's the ultimate knickerbocker.
When someone sweats on the court, he has to get the thing and sweep it up. Haven't you seen that in games?
Yeah, and in 2K.
Yeah. But I like Carmelo. He isn't I don't think he's that bad of a guy. I think he's and he's a great player.
Great athlete too.
He's great. It's just he hasn't found that piece. Is he going to have that Steve Nash complex and be one of the greatest players that have never won?
Yeah,
that's how I feel about him right now.
We'll see, because now, sad to say, the NBA season is over, so we have to wait.
Yeah, we have to wait. We don't really have that much to watch until then because
the Euro Cup is on right now.
Yeah, we have that.
And the Copa America is on. So, but other than that, no basketball until
basketball, and that's really That's probably one of the best sports there is, basketball right there.
It's one of my top sports.
I think it is one of my top. I'd have to put it in top 3. So, yeah. There isn't much else. I used to be a football fan, but now there's too many regulations and rules, and everyone has to hug instead of tackle, and Tom Brady likes to deflate balls. So, what's happening? If you want to talk about a game being rigged, let's talk about NFL.
Football, NFL.
Right. John Madden has been rigging the game ever since 1966. All right, so our last story comes from a Fox News article, and I know that maybe some of our listeners are like, Fox, but it's not the big Fox. It's local Fox, Fox 11. Okay, calm down. We make sure everything is fact checked. It's about this Christian lead singer of the band Every Sunday who came out as homosexual. Now, on the show, it's, what your choice is what your choice is. We don't say what you should do or what you shouldn't do. With the issue that at least I have with this article is the guy says that he is, he's like, I'm a Christian singer, whatever, and then I told my wife that I was gay and we're going to have a divorce, but she supports me in it. And I'm like, well, what about the kids? Like, what's going to happen with that?
They have children.
Yeah, they've been married for 7 years, I think they said.
Yeah.
And he's just saying, yeah, I'm done. It's one of those moments.
But I don't remember, is he still going to be the singer?
I don't know if he's still going to be the singer. I don't know if it says in this article that he's going to be the singer. I'll link the article as well so y'all can read it all. But he goes on to say stuff like, the restoration me and my wife have been able to feel for us being healthy for our kids and just hoping we can help other people because I know there are people going through what I've gone through. But it's like, are you making a selfish decision right now by... I mean, that's my question. Do you think that's selfish?
Yeah.
Because it's like he's putting the divorce on. Why, if he really, if you are homosexual, don't go through all that stuff of having kids and getting married and all that. And,
but then maybe he didn't.
Yeah,
it wasn't
exactly.
Before.
That's what I was going to say.
Until later, he chose to, he became gay or.
Yeah, that. I don't know. It's a weird story, and
it's hard to understand, but it's interesting though. It's
an interesting story because you have people who he says are very he says his family is very conservative Christians and stuff like that. Traditionalists, I should say. And I don't like that word because it's like you aren't traditionalists, you're just believing what the Bible says. The other people are just kind of saying we don't believe that part. And, I mean, if you're going to believe in something, just believe it 100% or don't believe it at all. Don't try and fit it into a narrative, of yours that is nice, that you think is nicer in quotations.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe, I don't know, because they've had kids, and now he comes out and says this. I wonder...
what effect it has on the kids.
On the kids, I mean, what are they gonna, what do you tell your children? I mean, maybe his wife and him worked something out. Maybe she understood. I don't know how that, went down, but yeah, what do you tell your children?
I don't know.
He's been my dad forever, and he's still gonna be my dad, but now he is not going to be with my mom. How does that work? And
I
don't know. There's many,
different types
of
family.
Relationships, and people do divorce is always there, but in this situation, I don't know.
Yeah, and studies have shown that having a husband-wife marriage, the kids have a lot likely higher of a chance to be successful in life, whether having a single parent or having two parents of the same sex. And that's a fact. That studies have been proven for that. And that's not to say, I think it's just you need both of those people to have two sides of a coin, so to speak. It's not saying anything against single parents or against parents that are of same sex. It's just, it's been shown that the kids usually have a better upbringing of that.
Yeah.
What the cause of that is, whether it's biological or whether it's just statistically that, single parents are, the majority of them are not trying or whatever, I don't know. But what I do know is that that's been proven right before. And I know at the same time, it's like, well, why... It's just weird because I don't know how old the kids are.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's the other thing. I don't think it says in the article, but it's if they're older, if they're around their teen years, that must be really weird, getting close. Because if they've been married for 7 years, I would assume they're around toddler. Like
maybe
the
older than
oldest,
7.
The oldest they can be is like 7 or a little older than that.
Yeah.
But it's just, I don't know. It's a weird situation.
We wanted to
like,
bring it up just to see what you guys thought about it.
Yeah, I like that people are not being bigoted towards him. He said that the response is overwhelmingly positive, but at the same time,
which should be the first response.
But at the same time, if you are a Christian, your response should to tell them that it is, if you believe it is a sin.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're not, then it doesn't matter and whatever. That's the point. Is he's having two contradicting viewpoints in life, so I think he has to make up his mind on whether he believes that or not.
Yeah, and once he figures out, then it's fine. I mean, once he
knows, he knows. Just don't. I hate when people play on the fence.
Well, yeah. I mean, maybe it's challenging for him. I'm sure this was hard for him even to come out and tell his wife and children all of this too.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. It's a difficult situation, but
a different situation.
It's good to talk about because this.
We need to open these dialogues.
Yeah, and even though this is in an article, this is probably happening more than we even know, just not written about.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And I mean, as I said, we're just living in different times, and we need to be able to have these discussions. That's why I brought up that video of the one kid talking about the Trump supporter versus the Black Lives Matter supporter. Mm-hmm. There's two types of conversations you're going to have, and that video explains those perfectly. You're going to have that one kid, or you're going to have that crazy supporter. So anyways, that's all we have for today. I think we got a good amount of Podshow time. It's been really fun. I like doing this. I hope that y'all like listening to it because, man, it's...
And let us know how we can improve always, too. Like,
yeah,
if you
post
hear
stuff,
something.
Comment, whatever. If you like the video, push the like button. If you don't like it, push the dislike button. I mean, I don't know.
Have to. We're going to disable it, right?
No, we aren't going to do that. I don't even know why I say this because y'all know what to do, but I guess it's another friendly reminder. You aren't kids, but if you love it, subscribe to it because the more subscribers, the better, whatever. You know how it goes. I've been Aaron. This has been Nathaniel.
Yes, I am Nathaniel.
Yeah, he'll say it. I won't say it for him. And thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.
Oh no, I think I'm catching feelings and I don't know if this is empathy or feel. Just hold on. Remember why you said this was a lie.